An Okta admin is trying to integrate Okta Verify with the company's endpoint detection EDR product. Is this a prerequisite condition for a target device in this situation?
Click on show options.
You see, I remember this question, but these things are such minute details and they're not conceptual at all. So I don't really have, unless you're doing this every day, you have no reason to remember these kind of things. That's what makes this so challenging for me. Like, because I don't work with this every day. Even if I learned this, which I've learned this question so many times, I just don't remember what the answer is.
Yeah, agreed. See, the Okta questions mainly concentrate on the documentation. They expect
What?
the guy who's trying to clear the certification. The guy should have sorry. The guy would have thoroughly gone into the documentation. So
Right.
that's the reason acquires device that is registered but not managed. Yeah, I think we have spent time across this question and
Many times, and I've learned the answer to this question. I recognize the question even.
but you don't
So,
remember the correct answer. That's the thing.
nope. I remember we talked about Mac versus Windows and stuff, and it's, but I don't remember the specifics of registered versus managed or what. One of them is like needs to be registered. Oh, I think I remember now. Windows, I said that Windows and Okta, Windows, since it's older, maybe has established more trust. So it just needs to be registered and not managed. And Mac needs to be registered and managed. So this answer
No,
would
it's
actually
the other
be.
way. It's the other way.
I thought it's Windows that needs to be just managed. Or just, sorry,
No,
just
Windows needs
registered.
to
Just
be
registered.
registered and managed.
No.
Okay, then yeah, it's
I
good that you're
disagree.
confident. Yeah, that's good. Please try to answer them.
I very vividly remember having a conversation with you where I was asking you why that's the case. And you were like, you weren't sure. Then I said, maybe it's because Windows is older and more trusted. So that's why they only require the registration and not the whole managed thing. So let me see if I can get it right. A Mac OS device that is registered but not managed. I think Mac OS needs to be registered and managed. An Okta admin is trying to integrate Okta Verify with the company's endpoint detection EDR product. Is this a prerequisite condition for a target device in this situation? EDR is not enabled in Okta.org. Is it a prerequisite condition for a target device in this situation? EDR is not enabled. It has to be enabled.
Show feedback. The macOS
See?
device that is registered but not managed.
Right.
What? See, you said you will choose yes, and then you choose no.
No, I'm saying that Mac needs the prerequisite for Mac needs to be that it needs to be registered and managed.
What is the
Windows just
option?
needs to
But
be
not
registered.
managed.
Like they have stricter requirements for Mac than
Uh-huh.
Windows, is what I'm saying.
Okay. That
You
must
were
be either
saying, were
macOS
you
devices
saying
that
the
are
same thing, or
registered.
were you saying something opposite of that?
Yeah, I'm saying opposite of that.
Okay, so I was correct in this scenario, right? But you're saying it was
Yeah,
not
you're
correct,
right.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. The only reason I remembered this is because the conversation we had when I asked you about this, and you said you didn't know, so I took a guess at it.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we need to think about, like, I don't know, somehow
See,
making these things
hmm?
more practical. Like, I don't know. I think in order for me to grasp these things without, like, there has to be some practicality to this. Maybe can we try to somehow make this more like in a practical scenario? What is the point of this? Can we associate with
I don't.
something practical?
Just now you said you don't have time, you don't have things to look into deep, and now you're asking, getting into practical. Again, that's gonna kill time.
It's
Let's stick to
because
what you have decided, right? So let's take a chance of taking the set premier practice exam continuously and give the attempt, certification attempt,
okay.
and see if that works for you. If that doesn't work, then the other way that you need to do is sitting and learning it.
Basically just memorizing. The method
Yeah,
we're talking about now is just doing it enough times to where I just simply start memorizing the answers, right?
yeah.
Got it. Okay. Okay, let's try it. Okta admin has
Well,
installed.
you should go through the feedback and try to remember why it is and what it is. That's okay. That won't come back. Yeah.
Okay. Admin has installed the Okta radio server agent on the server after the admin configures VPN service on the server. User reports problem while authenticating. The authentication logs show an issue with the malformed username, even though the user has entered it correctly. Is this a possible cause? The shared secret on the Okta radio server agent and on the VPN devices do not match. Secret? I don't know what is a secret. TCP port 443 is not open between the Radius server and Okta services.
You need to understand the question here. They're saying the authentication log shows an issue with the malformed username. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now you need to understand the answers. The question itself says that the user is able to authenticate. It's just that something is not right in the authentication. The communication between Okta and the Radius server is established and it's working fine. The username
Right.
that is sent from Radius to Okta is malformed. So it's not a connectivity issue. Okay.
Right.
Then answer this choice. Do you
Well,
still think the port is not open?
the question does not directly say though that it was configured correctly. Where does it say that actually?
Only if it is configured correctly, the Radius should be able to communicate with the Okta. Agreed?
Mm. Okay, sure.
Of course, yeah. In terms of network, I'm saying, in terms of network, it is working fine. It is able to communicate and it's also getting a response. The authentication log shows an issue with a malformed username. Okay. So if it is
Mm-hmm.
a network thing, then it will get request timed out, network issue, unable to resolve the DNS, all these things.
Got it.
But here it's clearly saying issue with a malformed username.
Got it. Okay. I don't know. That makes this like I don't even know what these things are. VPN servers using MS CHAP version 2 instead of PAP authentication. Maybe. Maybe the authentication protocol it's using is not set up correctly or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Your the thinking is right. That can be a reason also. You scored 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, please go through the question, or else at the end they will again show you all the questions, right? You can take
Mm-hmm.
a snip of it at the end. Please make sure you go through these questions and remember the answers.
Okay. Is this the default period of time that Okta stores events in the system log? 90 is the answer.
Yep.
Employee starting a leave of absence. Okta admin is tasked with ensuring no one can sign into the employee's Okta account while maintaining application and group assignments for the employee. Is this the user account status? It should be hold on. It should be set to 1 second. Oh my God. I know the answer to this. Hold on. The word is called when I see it, I'll remember it. Suspended. It should be suspended, yes.
Great.
Okta admin wants to find successful Okta logins for a specific user. Is this the log given the administrator query? Is this the admin exam? Yeah, it is. Okay.
No, since you're answering it easily, you got doubt.
Yeah, I was thinking, is this the professional by accident? Yeah, because some of these are, I feel like getting easy, which is unusual.
Okay.
I know this one.
Maybe.
It's
Hmm?
yeah, I know the answer to this one as well. User.authentication.success.
Successful
Uh,
login for a specific user.
Hold on. I know the answer to this. User.authentication.success. I think it's this one. Because it's gonna say something like success.
But not the authentication.
Maybe this little
Find
part
out
might be wrong, right?
successful Okta logins. What is specific user? Yeah, I do
Yeah, this is
remember we going to the logs and looking at it, but I don't think it's the authentication. You can give it a try.
hold on, let me think about it for a second.
Mm.
User.authentication.success. It's user.something.success for sure. Whether the word is authentication or something else is what I'm confused about. Well, they were successfully authenticated, right? Successful login. So which means login means they were successfully authenticated. User.login.success or authentication.success.
It's just that Okta has a different naming convention where they want to call particular events in using like whether it can be user.lifecycle, user.login, something.
Need that
Not
fix.
sure. That
Do my
kind of
box.
thing.
I'm returning it. Want to learn this? Sit down. Yeah, let's just for right now say yes.
Okay.
Shit. Oh, queries user.authentication.single sign-on searches for successful user
SSO.
sign-ins.
Instead of success, it's SSO. Just make a okay, that's okay. At the end, you can take a screenshot and go through it.
Okay, so it says SSO because Okta is an SSO tool. Because what if the policy was that it's an MFA? They have to give authentication, they have to do
It
multi-factor
does
authentication.
it,
Does it
it doesn't
separate
matter.
between those?
All the things comes under SSO only.
Got it. You should be on your computer looking these up. All right, makes sense. Company recently allowed 100% work from home. CSO wants to ensure user step-up authentication is enforced if an employee uses a new device, does impossible travel, or logs in from blacklisted IP range. Is this how an Okta admin can implement these requirements? By creating or modifying password policies with the required behavior detection option. This would have nothing to do with password policies, I don't think. This would have to do with authentication rules, policies. So I would say no to this. Global session policies. Yeah, I guess this would be a global session, sure. Besides global sessions policy, what was the other type of policy again? Session policy? Was it?
Authentication policy.
There's like two types of session policy. There's global and there was the other one. I forgot the name of it. It's been too long.
Global session policy and there will be an authentication policy. App level authentication policies.
Yeah, this will be global. So I think this is yes. By creating an automatic creating
It
group role with
is
the all
one is global session
employees.
policy.
Another one is
Or
authentication
modifying
policies, right?
create and
No,
modifying a group role
no,
with
because it's for everybody. It's not specific to any group.
yeah.
Okay, so
Good.
we're learning cybersecurity, identity access management. We're learning a tool called Okta. So start drilling with ChatGPT, get the baseline understanding of what these things are. Can an Okta admin use this parameter to define a dynamic zone? User email domain. Can an Okta admin use this parameter to define a dynamic zone? User, email, domain.
Zones comes under network. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think email can be something that can be used to filter?
No, because they will necessarily, Okta will not know their email necessarily. This is just related to web traffic. So they're not gonna know the email domain. Nobody's providing their email address in this scenario at all. So I would say no.
Okay.
Gateway? Identity and access management. Tell it, prompt it. Like I'm learning about Okta with my friend, and I want to become an identity and access management business analyst. I want to learn everything about identity access management, and specifically, I'm focusing on Okta. Treat me like a beginner. Take me through an entire course through it. No, it's fine. You can talk. It's fine. Can an Okta admin use this parameter to define a dynamic zone? Gateway. So gateways deal with traffic coming in and out. I think they should be able to use the gateways for this because, the way I understand the gateway is that it's really a way for traffic to enter and hit something. So gateways and ports are kind of similar, I think, and to some extent. So I would say yes. Autonomous system number, ASN.
I think that can be used to define a dynamic zone. ASN can be used.
How though? Like how does every IP address have an associated ASN with it? Or does every web traffic, every user on the web have a unique ASN for each session on a website?
Not sure what
Yes.
is ASN.
I think
Autonomous
this is,
system.
this is referring to
Released
the
as
system
network
that
or
they're
group of
using.
network with a single routing policy.
I think this is referring specifically to their machine that they're using in order to access the website.
No, it's ASN is particularly belongs to the internet service provider. Let's say in your region, you have XYZ service provider, internet service provider, and there can be ABC also, right? In my area, it is Airtel. Airtel is one of the leading. So this particular Airtel will have the ASN associated with it. Okay. Yeah. So it's not an specific to one system or specific to one user. It's specific to the internet service provider. This ASN number.
Got it. Okay. So you're saying that it's specific to each user's traffic ID or something? And it doesn't have anything to do with the actual device that they're using?
No, it doesn't have to do with anything. It's specific to the internet service provider, which means that, yeah, dynamic zone can be set based on the internet service provider.
Location, IP address, type, and ASN, but not gateway. So what exactly is a gateway? Gateway is kind of like a port, I guess,
Gateway
right?
is kind of a request that is been, it's kind of a proxy, you can think. At first, you need to go to gateway, then only the request go to the end and the target application. Okay.
Right.
So gateway is kind of a proxy in between.
Right. Makes sense.
So what it said? Yeah, ASN is right, and the gateway is okay. Yeah. So you know that email domain is not part of the dynamic zone thing, and
Mm-hmm.
then gateway is not also part of the dynamic zone thing. Only the ASN
Mm-hmm.
and the IP can also be part of the dynamic zone thing. Okay, the range of IP
Mm-hmm.
addresses.
Got it.
Yeah. See, in the third option, the option is correct because dynamic zone can be based on location. One is
Mm-hmm.
location. Second thing is IP address type
Got it.
and ASN. These three things. So in the exam, if you have chosen the right answer in the beginning ASN only, then they might ask you the uh, next option saying that IP address type or location. Then also you need to choose
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Got it.
Yes.
1 second.
Hmm.
Look at some of these jobs. This is what we're learning. Look at the pay. Ask ChatGPT how much they make. I am business analyst and stuff. No, open new tab.
Open new one.
Duplicate the tab.
How you?
Right click. Now ask.
Oh, okay.
All right. Got it. This one makes sense to me, I think.
Okay.
Is this something an Okta admin should consider when LDAP agent for integrating an Is this something an Okta admin should consider when using the LDAP agent for integrating an LDAP directory with Okta? LDAP agents, is this something an Okta admin should consider when using the LDAP agent for integrating an LDAP directory with Okta? Mm, is this something an Okta admin should consider when using the LDAP agent for integrating an LDAP directory with Okta? Admin should consider when using LDAP agent for integrating LDAP directory with Okta. LDAP agents can only be installed on Windows servers that are a member of an Active Directory domain. Yeah, I think so. Windows servers that are member of an AD domain, LDAP agent. Yeah, probably. Because LDAP agents are pretty intrusive things, so it's probably going to have to be part of the domain join network or something like that, or AD domain, some type.
Is this something?
Huh?
Waiting for integrating.
The only way to manage more LDAP users is to increase the number of LDAP agents deployed. No, I don't think necessarily you need more. Why would you need more agents
Give
to
me a
manage
minute.
more users? I think this is intuitively, I'm going to say no. Shit. This option is incorrect. This is a requirement for the AD agent and not the LDAP agent. This option is incorrect because it's requiring the AD agent, not the LDAP agent. Interesting. Okay.
So you got it, or you're not getting it?
I mean, I'm just memorizing the fact that it's AD agents need to be domain joined or
Yeah.
something.
So the AD and LF both are different. Okay.
Right. Right.
AD agent, LF agent both are different.
Correct.
So the first answer option is confused with the AD agent.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So when it comes to LF agent, if you want the agent to be not taking a lot of load, you need to increase the threshold. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Stuff I'm teaching. Is this something Okta admin should consider when using the LDAP agent for integrating an LDAP directory with Okta? Okay. Is this a benefit of using SAML for authentication and authorization? SAML enables authentication for applications that do not support federated SSO. Um, I know SAML is used in big enterprise environments a lot. So maybe SAML is compatible, but I mean, I don't know. SAML is not the newest either. I think the newest one is, what are the other
Benefit of
protocols
using
again?
SAML for
OIDC.
authentication.
OIDC is more recent, right? SAML is older.
Hmm. Is the
So if
benefit of
it's
using
older, then
SAML?
it's probably more so used for on-prem type of legacy applications, which would mean that it may support.
No. This is a modern protocol itself, but this is not used for the legacy one. Legacy is called because they doesn't support SAML or OIDC. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, try to answer this. We will discuss. Super.
Lowest. The absolute lowest. I don't know. It's just like- SAML helps reduce the attack surface for organizations. Sure. SAML enforces MFA. Does it enforce? Well, it can enforce MFA, but it's not really required, right? It's just like this. SAML enables authentication for applications that do not support federated SSO. This option is incorrect because SAML supports federated SSO.
What you have chosen is right. Okay, with the first option. Your response is right.
Okay, so basically using SAML protocol, they can do federated SSO, basically. Is that what it's saying?
Yeah.
Okay. SAML helps reduce the attack surface for organizations. SAML helps reduce the attack surface and improve the customer sign-in experience. Okay. SAML enforces MFA authentication. This option is incorrect because SAML does not enforce MFA. I don't know. I didn't understand. What does it mean by enforces? Like it makes, like it's a requirement that if you're going to use SAML, you have to use MFA?
No.
Is that what it's saying?
Enforces means, does the channel take responsibility to to ask for the MFA?
Oh, that was the question. Okay.
It's the responsibility of the platform, not the protocol. It can be
Right. Like
responsibility of your
Okta
IDP, yeah, like
would be
Okta,
the
or it can be responsible of your SP, like
right.
Salesforce. Okay.
Right. Your service provider, you mean, right?
Yeah, SP or IDP, they should take the responsibility of MFA, not the protocol. Okay.
Right. Right. Got it. Is this how an Okta admin can delete a pre-existing group in a downstream application via group push? Is this how an Okta admin can delete a pre-existing group in a downstream application via group push? Select delete the group in the target app. Sure. Why not? Select the push now option. That doesn't say anything about deleting, so no. Incorrect, because this is only an option after the Okta admin has established a link with an Okta group. Oh, you have to look to a group first. This is incorrect because push now will only update group memberships to the downstream application. Okay.
There should be
this
an option at first unlink the group and then delete. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, please go.
Is this an appropriate use case for attribute matching? I'll take you through the basics of identity access management. Focus on that first. Say that I'm completely new. I just want to understand identity access management, like in the most beginner-friendly, easy to digest way possible. Break it down using as many analogies as you can, just like you would to a kid. What is identity access management all about? I need to know all the fundamentals. Is this an appropriate use case for attribute matching? Determine whether an imported user is new or the user profile already exists in Okta. For attribute matching. Why? I'm trying to think of in what scenario would you need to know if they're new or if they already exist in Okta or not. Appropriate use case for attribute matching. I don't know, honestly, if that has anything to do with this or not. Let's. I'm not sure. It's correct because matching attributes is how Okta determines which Okta user should be associated with an imported user. Interesting. Is this capability supported by Okta org organization server, but not supported by the Okta custom authorization server? Did you specifically prompt it to use your job to explain?
Yeah,
Why is it using the cook example?
using the quick example.
Cook.
Cook is using an analogy.
Tell it about your job. Say, how would this play out in my company? Tell it everything about your job, your company. What does your company do and stuff? And you use the relevant scenario. If your company had Okta and other index management in place, how would it work out? Is this capability supported by the Okta organization server? Wait, supported by the Okta org authorization server, but not supported by the Okta custom authorization server. Is this capability supported by the Okta org authorization server, but not supported by the Okta custom authorization server? Yeah. Use Okta Developer's software development kits and widgets for single sign-on. Sure, let's go with it. Yes. Retrieve user profile and ID token. I have no idea the difference between the Okta org authorization server and Okta custom authorization server, to be honest with you. Retrieve user profiles and ID token. So if someone had an ID token, can they associate and link back and pull up the token? And it's asking is pull up the user ID, or sorry, user profile using the token. It's asking, is this something that's supported by the Okta org authorization server, but not the custom authorization server? I don't know. Use Okta Developer SDKs and widgets for single sign-on. This is incorrect because the use Okta Developer SDKs and widgets for single sign-on capability is supported by both the Okta org authorization server and Okta custom authorization server. Retrieve user profile and ID token. This option is incorrect because the retrieve user profile and ID token capability is supported by both the Okta org authorization server and the Okta custom authorization server. Is this a configurable password setting in Okta? PIPS mode encryption. I don't remember seeing that, Password age, probably. Yeah. Biometric part of a password setting? Or is that an authentication thing? Okay, minimum length, they do enforce biometrics. It's not a configurable password setting. Biometrics is different, I think. It's part of something else, right? Not really password. Is this a task that the rate limit dashboard allows an Okta admin to do? Manage existing API tokens. Rate limit dashboard. Manage
So rate
existing
limiting is nothing but the number of requests that can be sent to Okta in a minute or in a second. Okay,
Got
that's
it.
the rate
Well,
limiting.
if that's the case, then this would have nothing to do with it at all. What does the hell?
Yeah.
There's API tokens. API tokens would be managed in like somewhere else, I think, right?
Hmm.
I don't know. Some other part of Okta.
Yeah, that doesn't have that
Yeah.
has nothing to do with the API token management.
Yeah. Help understand the use of each API and investigate potential rate limit issues. Probably. Create new authorization servers. That again has nothing to do with this. Modify the threshold of when to receive warning notifications about an API usage. Yeah, probably. Because APIs are the ones that are making the calls, which are being logged as a rate limit, rate. So if you want to make the threshold and set those limits to for when the warnings come, then yeah, you can do that. Help on the use of each API and investigate potential rate limit issues. Yes, because rate limit dashboard allows an admin to see an overview of all API rate limit events over a period of up to 3 months. Create authorization servers. No, incorrect, because rate limits does not allow an admin to create new authorization servers. Modify threshold warning notifications about an API's usage. It's correct because the rate limit dashboard allows an admin to set a threshold of how much an endpoint API rate limit can be reached before notifying an Okta admin. How much longer do you have, Sai, before you have to leave? Hello?
Sorry.
How much more time do you have?
Another 12 more minutes I do have.
12, you said 12?
Yeah, 12
Okay.
minutes. Yeah, I can see you're answering most of the questions right. This is good comparatively.
Considering I haven't thought about this in 2 months, right? So that's what I'm saying. I think
Yeah.
we should just keep doing this and just take the freaking exam, honestly. Like, why not?
Yeah. Yeah.
Create new authorization servers is no. Mean modify it, yes. Because the option is correct because the rate limit dashboard allows admin to set threshold of how much endpoint rate variable can reach before notifying an Okta admin. Honestly, one reason why I think I'm answering better is because now I understand IT better because of my current job as a solutions architect. So some of these concepts are like kind of, I don't do them at this level, but I'm more familiar with the concepts a little bit now.
Mhm.
If I can get on an Okta project at work, that would be the perfect scenario. I would know all this like the back of my hand, Is this an example of an authenticator method with a device-bound and hardware-protected characteristics? Is this an example of an authenticator method with device-bound and hardware-protected authentic characteristics? Okay, so hardware-protected means like the information is physically saved on a on a chip or something like that on your phone. So
Yeah.
does Google Authenticator have that kind of level of? I don't think it does. Hold on, let me think about it.
Google Authenticator might not be device
No,
bound.
no, I
Okta
don't think
Verify
so.
is a device bound.
Right. Yeah, I think Google Authenticator, the information is saved only on the cloud.
Email is not device bound.
Right. I
No.
guess. No.
No, it's goes to your SIM. SIM is not device bound.
Mm.
There should be Okta, yeah.
Yes.
This is
Yes.
device bound.
Man, all these questions literally seem like them just trying to sell their product and talking about how
Mm.
good their product is compared to everybody else.
Yeah, right.
Google Authenticator, no, it's because Google Authenticator is a method that the device has bound. Google Authenticator is a method that has the device bound characteristics, but not the hardware protected characteristics. Interesting. Email is incorrect because the email authenticator is a method that has the user presence characteristics, but not the device bound or hardware protected characteristics. Phone, this is incorrect because the phone authentication has the user presence method characteristic. It does not have the device bound or hardware protected characteristics. Okta Verify Push. This is correct because the Okta Verify Push Authenticator is a method that has both device bound and hardware protected characteristics. Okay. Workday is the profile source for Okta and Okta provisions users to Active Directory. The profiles are coming from Okta.
I do remember you answering this question a lot of times, so
Yeah, hold
be
on.
quiet.
The username from Okta have this format. An Okta admin is tasked provisioning users from 80 of the different. How can they do it? Use attribute level mastering to assign UPN, user principal name, from 80. Okay, it says 280, but this answer is saying from 80, so that can't be right. So I'm going to say no without looking at the rest of this stuff. This says from, this says to. The task is 280, and this one says from 80. So no. Workday is the profile source. Oh, I already read the question. So use Okta workflows to modify the Workday username. He's tasked with provisioning users to Active Directory with a different. So they're coming from Workday. And he's starting them in Active Directory with a different name. Use Okta workflows to modify the Workday username. No. You know why this is no? I know immediately. Because we never mess with stuff that's the source of truth. We will never make changes to the source of truth database, like for example, Workday. But this is not, that's not what this is saying though. This is not saying we're making the change in Workday. It's saying, maybe it's saying that we can make this change when we're bringing them to Active Directory. So, use Okta workflows to modify the Workday username. Actually, you know what? Let me think about that for a second. No. Okta Workday workflows is not used for something like this because workflows, this can be done without the workflows. So I was going to say no.
Okay.
Modify the profile source priority and make Active Directory the primary profile source and Workday the secondary profile source. Modify the profile source priority to make AD the primary profile source and Workday the Okay, so already it looks kind of suspicious. Why are we making Workday the secondary when this is the profile source? Let's see.
Yeah.
No. Why would we make the Active Directory the primary profile source when the profiles are coming from Workday? That makes no sense at all. So I'm gonna say no. Use attribute mapping in Okta expression language to change the domain for the UPN in profile editor. Yes, yes, this is how you do it. Okay, so use attribute level mastering to assign UPN from AD. Okay, once the timer runs out, will it show me all the answers and let me go through all of them?
Yeah.
Okay. Use attribute level mastering to assign UPN from AD. This option is incorrect because attribute level mastering will only import from AD. It will not update attributes in AD. Okay. Use Okta workflows. This option is because requirement transfer an attribute in Okta, not Workday. Right. We're trying to change the things in AD, not Workday. Modify the profile source priority to make AD the primary source and Workday the secondary. This option is incorrect because profile source priority will only import data from profile sources. It will not update attributes in the profile sources. Right. It's not going to change anything in the source itself. Use attribute mapping in Okta expression language to change the domain for UPN and profile editor. This is correct because Okta expression language allows transformation of attribute values. Will this action deactivate a user's downstream application account? Will this action deactivate a user's downstream application account? The user assignment to the app integration is changed from individual to group. Nope, I don't think so. The user is unassigned from the app integration in Okta. I think so. The user's Okta account is created. Will this action deactivate their downstream application account? If their Okta account is created, why should that delete their downstream? No. The user assignment to the app integration is changed from individual to group. This option is incorrect because there is no effect of it. User's external application account if the user assignment to the app integration is changed from individual to group. Okay, yeah. The user is unassigned from the app integration in Okta. This option is correct because if the user's Okta account is deactivated, the user will be unassigned from the application and the user's external application account will be automatically deactivated. Okay. The user's Okta account is created. This is not correct because there is no effect on the user's external application account if the user's Okta account is created. Is this the purpose of an MFA enrollment policy? Controls how end users enroll in an authenticator. Sure, why not? Determines which authenticators are required for administrators. Yeah, probably. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. I'm not sure. This option is correct because an MFA enrollment policy controls how end users enroll in an authenticator. Oh, because it's wrong. Incorrect because an MFA enrollment policy controls how end users enroll in authenticator. MFA enrollment policy controls how end users enroll in an authenticator, not administrators. So for administrators, is there something different? Who gets to dictate that? Where is that being done? Like admins need to maybe provide more security or something, right? Because they have more privileged access.
Uh-huh. Is this the purpose of MFA policy? That's how it says. Which
Okay, so
authenticators are required for authentic administrator? All concerned are end users only. Even for the administrator dashboard is considerable as an application. So yeah, everyone is treated same.
so my question was that for administrators, what
Uh,
determines the authenticators they're required to enroll into? Where is
the
that
same
determined?
policies, the authentication policies, it will define.
So then the answer should have been yes.
Determine which authenticators are required for administrators. It's a partially, yeah, it's a yes, and it's an so Okta doesn't consider the users as an admin and an end user. It considers a user as a user. Based on the policies, it will authenticate. That's it. So that's the
Hmm.
reason they might showing you 100% score.
So okay. Incorrect because MFA enrollment policy controls how end users enroll in an authenticator. I think yes, for end users only. I think determining what are the ones required for administrators is done by something else. Maybe
No,
that's done by no?
no, it's the user policy, authentication policy that determines.
Oh, okay. Not the enrollment policy, but that authentication policy, you're saying?
See, it's all same, Rafi. So there's no such thing as admins MFA enrollment policy, admins authentication policy. There's no such thing. Okta
No,
has
it's all the
an one
same.
MFA
Everybody's done the
enrollment
same way.
policy. Yeah, everybody is on the same way.
Okay, so
It's
if
just
that's the
that
case,
the admin dashboard that you're seeing, right? You can define a authentication policy for that admin dashboard. That's it.
got
That's
it.
all you can do. There's nothing specific than that.
Oh, I see. I see I see the question and the answer. I make sense. This is asking, is that the purpose? Although this is
Mhm.
possible to do in the enrollment policy, it's not the purpose of it, right? The main purpose is
Yeah,
end users.
end users.
End users and admins are done both the same way in
Yeah,
this.
same way. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So now, how can we see those questions so I can take a screenshot or something like that? Is there any way to see that or it's too late?
Scroll down. You need to submit this exam.
This one?
Yeah, then it will appear. Yeah. Your answers for part one and part one are being graded.
Mm-hmm. Man, it's taking a long time. Wait, oh wait, never mind.
Scroll up.
Dang, I really messed up in the first part, huh?
Hmm.
So did these go up to 100%? Like if you get all the questions right, it'll say 100?
Yeah.
Wow, I missed that many? God, it seemed like I was doing pretty decent. I guess I got half of them right. On average, roughly.
Uh-huh.
Okay, now what about the questions?
You can't submit. View.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can I copy this? No.
Click on
Right.
show feedback, and then one by one you can take a screenshot. Yeah. Put it in the doc. Okay.
Oh, this is gonna take forever to screenshot all of these. There's no
Yeah.
shortcut? Like exporting it? Nothing like that?
I don't think so. I don't even think that you can save this page. Right click and
Nothing.
see if you can save this page. That won't work.
Right.
You can right click and try to save this page.
Yeah, I tried. Didn't work.
Okay,
Man,
no right
what is
click is
this? What is
working.
this thing? Nope. Okay, it's fine. I don't have time to do all this right now. We'll just keep taking it again and again, and let's just see if they ever say no to me for the exam.
Okay. Okay. Okay then.